Product link has saved me a considerable amount of time in getting the clock hours at the end of the month.
And he could keep on top of things that are going to cost him money in the long run.
You can optimise the financials you've got in place in that asset. You can maximise return on the investment.
We're finding that Product Link is a good efficiency driver to allow people to manage their fleets better.
From my point of view, it saves me an awful lot of time and effort. We run approximately 80 machines. We run about 40 articulated dump trucks. The other side, which is the side that I look after, is primarily wheel loading shovels, often rented out on long-term self-drive contracts, but also on a general hire basis as well.
There's a good mix there of his own operators that are out there, and I should imagine there is a good proportion of just Joe Bloggs jumping on his machine, abusing it as and when.
Peter Stevens' machines located in a few different areas of the UK. Because they're located all over the place, they're moving about quite a lot, so sometimes it's hard to keep track on where they are.
A lot of them are industrial customers. They take a machine for 3-4 years contract. They don't have to run their own maintenance teams. If a machine breaks down, we get out, we sort the repair out for them.
Peter Stevens like Product Link primarily because it allows them to keep a track on their equipment that is out on self-drive hire or rental.
Every one of our machines is logged on Product Link. We actually bought our first CAT 962 in 2008, and part of the package was the old Product Link, and the old Product Link was replaced by the new Product Link in February this year, 2011.
It allows them to check locations to make sure the equipment's not working outside of agreed areas. It allows them to capture the hours usage of that equipment, make sure it's not working outside of allowed or agreed contract hours.
Product Link has saved me a considerable amount of time in getting the clock hours at the end of the month. It has improved our systems, it's made them a lot more efficient, and it has probably most of all improved the accuracy of our invoicing.
We can work out start and stop times of it, so how many times it's been started and stopped in a day.
I produce a report at the end of every month which has all the hours on of all the machines that we have. So in the past I've had to phone up the sites, the managers, the operators, the foremen, try to get the machine hours off those people, and then it might take 3 days to come back to me, in which case I'd have to knock 3 days worth of hours off the machine. Because we work nationwide, the machines do move from site to site, and we use external low loader companies, so we don't move machines ourselves. It's useful to know when a machine is actually moving, because it isn't always moving when the low loader company tells you.
So we have to use the tracking on VisionLink to find out where the machine is.
We can see where the machines are, we can see exactly what hours are on them, and we can plan our servicing trips a lot more efficiently.
We use Product Link to monitor any fault codes that the machine's got. The fault code side is really tells you what the machine is doing without actually being there.
So they know something is going to happen. It's not a major issue now, but can start to talk about planning. The next time this is down, we need to be looking at this. We need to be scheduling these parts in. You need to be taking care of this.
If there is a lot of warnings coming through, we may not be aware of them. The machine may not have broken down, but there may be some long-term potential damage happening mechanically to the machine, and Finnings have actually contacted us to advise us of this, in which case we have been able to address it with the customer. Finnings head office emailed our local field service depot to tell them that on one particular site a few of the machines were actually coasting in neutral, so when they're not engaging in gear, it could cause long-term damage to the machine mechanically.
Specifically, one of these machines is been reporting coasting in neutral events. Again, we're going to go forward and advise that and maybe offer some form of a training.
I emailed the site manager to let him know that either one or all of his operators were knocking the machine into neutral and coasting it. He found out that it actually was a generic problem. It wasn't one specific operator, so he could have a general meeting with the operators and ask them to keep the machine in gear, thus averting a potential breakdown in the future. Product link system gives us actual figures from that machine working in that application, which is very useful. And I can not only provide the rental rate to the customer, I can also give them exact and accurate fuel consumption figures for a machine working in that specific application.
At the moment, fuel costs are a real significant impact upon customers' operations, so that's probably the number one issue that most customers are looking at these days.
We had a customer where the machines were contracted for 4,000 hours a year. We had two Cat 980s working on this site. One 980 had a tooth bucket, the other 980 had a straight edge bucket. Halfway through the contract, I could go to the manager of the site and say, look, the tooth bucket is using a lot of hours. If it continues at this rate, it will exceed the 4,000 hour limit. You are going to be hit with a large excess hour charge. I suggested to the customer that we swap the buckets over, put the straight edge bucket on the tooth machine and the tooth bucket on the straight edge machine, and this would bring the balance of the hours more into tune and it would save them the excess hour charge. And because I had the actual figures from Product Link, it made it a lot easier.
They can truly understand that the machine is operating to its capability when it's not operating, and if it's not operating where they expected it to be operating.
At the end of the month, when we've taken the clock hours, our plant manager can work out if it's more cost effective to send our service engineers up to, say, the north of Scotland. If there's 4 or 5 machines that need serviced on that particular route, it's more cost effective for us to service them ourselves.
They can plan better. If they plan and budget better and forecast better, they can save their business an awful lot of cash and cash flow.
The customer in Scotland had actually off-hired the machine and we off-hired it, but it was a few days or a week before I could actually find another hire for it. Just before I contacted a low loader company to go in to move the machine, I rang the customer, couldn't get in touch with him, but I looked on Product Link. I could see that the machine wasn't where it was previously. It was about 100 miles away. Using the Product Link system, I could go back, see when the machine was moved, see how much it's worked, and instead of wasting £500 on an aborted low loader move, we got another £1,000 in rental charges for them few days.
But the more knowledge that these people can have at their fingertips, the better able they will be to manage their equipment and deliver better results for their businesses.
I tell a colleague that Product Link saves them a considerable amount of time, it improves the efficiency of our systems and the accuracy of our invoicing.
We're living in an increasing technological age, and the availability of better technology on equipment will allow customers to monitor and manage their equipment in ways that they've never considered beforehand.
It's a great tool to use. The new system with the Vision Link interface is a lot more user-friendly.
It's got that very much user-friendly feel to it that you expect off a modern website.
I think it's something that will be bigger in the future. I think the more that people can see how much we can save.
They should be looking to work more closely with us, with Product Link, so they can better understand the information being provided, which will make a definite improvement to their bottom line.
Product Link helps us keep an accurate account on what the hours are on the machines for servicing and invoicing purposes, and it helps us improve our systems considerably, and it saves, from my point of view, it saves me an awful lot of time and effort.